Okay. So, Mr. Jackson, it's been a long time since we've seen you doing interviews and knocking around the MMA world.
I know, huh?
How was life in Hollywood?
Well, I wasn't in Hollywood. I was in Vancouver.
Hollywood, Canada.
Oh, that's what that is? I was work, man. It was hard work. I got a lot more respect for actors. You know, they put in more work and more hours than you would expect. It's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of mental work, a lot of mental stress in it. So I got much respect for them. And not only the actors, you know, the stuntmen as well. Like stuntmen, they put their lives on the line so we can have entertainment in a movie, and they get no credit. You know what I'm saying? They get their names in the credit, they get paid, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, no one knows. Like you know, when you was a kid, you never know that a stuntman did that stunt when you watch. You thought the actor did and stuff like that. That's a crazy job. And the director got to deal with a bunch of actors and you know what I'm saying, the whole crew, and it's just, there's a whole other world. I got much respect for the movie industry. You know.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed some of it. Some of them I didn't enjoy, but.
Is it something you'd look to do again?
Yeah, I'd love to do it. It's I would say it's less stressful than fighting. You know what I'm saying? And it don't hurt as much. And you know, I think as soon as I get paid more from doing movies than I do from fighting, then you know what I'm saying, I had to be true to myself and go ahead and do movies, because I was looking at actors. I was looking at say what's the actor you know, like Bruce Willis. This guy been acting for a long time, doing like Die Hard action movies and stuff like that, and he's still that's years ago, 10, 15 years ago maybe, doing that stuff. He's still doing it, and all these other actors still doing it. You know, they you know, you can start off as an action star and move on and still do other stuff. Some guys still doing action, and they look old as hell still doing action movies and stuff like that. But you know, they look like they're in their 40s and still. You can't, you know, your body can't go through all the fights. You can't do all this stuff, you know. For
I think you'd be good for comedy films.
Yeah, I could do comedy as well, but you know, the movie world, they probably don't know that yet. But you know, who comes? I mean, it comes if it, when you get a little notoriety and you can start making your own decisions, like Will Smith, for instance. You know, he started off doing TV shows and stuff like that. Now he's, you know, doing his own thing. He write movies, and you know, guys, you can change the script a little bit. You can change your lines and stuff a little bit. So when people know that, oh, this guy got, you know, a comedic mind, maybe might do some comedies or something. Who knows?
Have you lost like a little bit of love for the fight game?
A bit of love for the fight game?
Are you a bit disillusioned with it now?
Disillusioned? What's that word mean?
Like, I don't know, maybe you don't love it as much as what you did before.
I don't know how much I ever loved the fight game, to be honest, because most fighters these days, they join fighting because they became a fan of it. And when I started, I wasn't a fan of it. I've been a fighter my whole life, and I just thought it was a blessing that God could, you know, give me something I could make money from. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, you know, so I got tired of fighting. I didn't want to be a fighter and stuff no more. But I was just good at it, just something that's in my blood. Some people are fighters, so I wouldn't say I love it. You know, so I love winning and stuff like that. But you know, so I'm the weirdest person when it comes to love. The only love I ever really know about, the love I ever express, is the love I have for my kids. So, you know, and your family, the people you have to love. You know, so I don't know. I'm not really big on that, but I don't know if I ever loved it. But I tell you one thing, I like it a lot less than when I used to, you know, because everybody, it's no secret, everybody know about the falling out I had with the UFC and stuff like that. And, you know, it's kind of unfortunate that they try to blame me for doing this movie and act like I turn my back on them after all they done for me. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? When I feel like I've done a lot of things for them as well.
I think in some ways the movie could be really good exposure. When the movie comes out, your name, your face is going to be everywhere, so people see that, they might check out you fighting in the UFC.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. I think that I think it's great exposure. You know, I don't understand why somebody would get mad at you for bringing more exposure to their company. You know, yeah, the UFC probably could have lost money in the short term from me not taking that fight when I originally was said to do it. But I asked them in enough time, and I asked them, hey, can you just move the fight back a couple of months? I have to do this move. I can't turn it down. Like I always been a big fan of the A-Team and Mr. T and Babe, the Rockets, but I never was a fan of the UFC. I never was a fan of the UFC until maybe like right when they started getting the Ultimate Fighter shows. I saw them blowing up, and Pride was not treating me right. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know, this is something that I have to do. It's like my dream, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I used to watch this show with my dad back when, I remember when he used to live with me, you know what I'm saying? As a kid, like, this is something that I have to do. If I don't do this, I'm going to be kicking myself in the ass for the rest of my life. I couldn't go and watch the movie and see somebody else take that role when I had the role. You know, I just couldn't do it. It's been plenty of movies that I was supposed to do, but I couldn't do it because the Ultimate Fighter came up. And I hate doing the Ultimate Fighter show, but I did that for them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, now I watch the movie, you know, that's out. And I'm like, oh, I could have done that movie. This other fights, you know, I turned down several movies for fights, but they don't know that. I don't even tell them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this up. There's several movies that I've turned down because of a fight, and I can name them. Several movies, big movies. They probably had smaller roles and stuff, but they were still movies.
Do you feel like that relationship's broken down forever now between you and Dana?
Yeah, it's broke down forever. They've said some things and done some things. You know, I don't agree with people like that. That's not the way I do business. I'm a loyal person, you know, so I take care of people, take care of me. But people don't take care of me, I don't take care of them. So I'm done with the UFC. They can't ask any more favors for me. Nothing. You know, so I just want to finish my contract and get out of there, do my own thing.
Is it safe to say the last series of The Ultimate Fighter was a pretty bad experience, but you didn't seem like you enjoyed it at all?
No, honestly, I keep it real. I don't fake. Now I told my team that, you know, I didn't want to be there. I told them that, and
because coaching's not your thing at all, is it, really?
I'm not a coach. They kind of corner you. UFC bullies you and corners you to do stuff that you really don't want to do half the time. And honestly, Dana lied to me and told me that I didn't have to fight Rashad. I could fight Machida when I did the show. And then after that, he told me, oh, you got to fight Rashad. Then I let all the fans talk about him as, oh, he's ducking Machida. That's why he did the Ultimate Fighter show and all this. And I didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing them a favor. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was being loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? I was being a team player. You know, as soon as I want to do one thing for myself, you know, I'm the bad guy. It's like slavery's over, man. It's been over years ago.
Speaking of Rashad, you've had quite a bit of time off from fighting now, and Rashad fought quite recently, beat Thiago Silva in January. Do you think that time away from fighting is going to have a negative effect on you? Is it difficult to come back after that length of time?
You know, that's one thing I don't like about doing interviews and reporters. You guys ask some messed up questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fighter, bro. I'm for real. You know, I'm taking time off from fighting before and came back and did a good job. It's all what's in you. I ain't worried about how many fights he got. I've beaten people who fought, you know what I'm saying, every month, and I ain't fought in a year. So I've beat people who got way more fighting experience than I do. It's all about what's in you. And Rashad talks too much. It's in me to whoop up on him. It's in me.
Is that still a strong dislike you've got for him, even though you've not been around him for a while?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, those words he said on Ultimate Fighter show are still around. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta hear it when fans bring it up and stuff all the time. You know, like I don't think the MMA world of really get a chance to really know me, know what type of person I am. But when I got it out for somebody, no time gonna come. He's gonna get his. So I'm gonna test his chin. You know, I know it's gonna fail. He got no chin. And with a guy with a big mouth like that, with no chin, it's ironic.